Hey Sainers, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Still in the car park, just doing my content for the game. And yeah, let's get into the player ratings. Let's go through every single Sainer after today's 53-point win against North, 103-50. Nice comfortable win, and see how I thought the boys went. We'll start from the top. Paddy Ryder, 9 disposals, 1 goal, 1, and 27 hit-outs. Not his best game, but not his worst game. Great goal from Paddy. Obviously a very important round for him. Sir Douglas Nichols round, and yeah, I thought he just supported Rowan Marshall really well without playing his best. I'll give him a, let's go with a 7 out of 10. 27 hit-outs. I thought he did pretty well at centre clearances for us. Rowan Marshall, 15 disposals, 1 goal, 21 hit-outs, 4 marks. Thought he was great. I'm giving him an 8. Josh Battle, 14 disposals and 5 marks. Pretty solid game for Bats, but a couple of things that don't really go on the stat sheet is just the big hits that he managed. A few plays that looked like they were going to go through him, but he just said nope, just an absolute tank. Took the hits, got back up. There's a few really important intercept marks deep in the back 50 that he did in the third term that were critical for us in stopping North Melbourne from scoring. So I'm going to give Battle a 7 out of 10. Burnsy obviously didn't play, so no score for him. Crouchy, 24 disposals. Not his biggest game in terms of disposals, but he worked really well with Gresh and with Jonesy. And Seb in the middle supported them really well without being outstanding. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I feel like everyone's going to get a lot of 7s today. Gresham, 2 goals, 2 and 30. Gresh just was all over the place, and he switches the ball, he kicks goals, he lays tackles. I think he laid 4 tackles on top of that, which is great for a more outside player. To me, that's a 9 out of 10. That's an excellent game. 2 goals, 30 disposals, 4 tackles, one of the best on the ground. Speaking of one of the best on the ground as well, Brad Hill, 1 goal, 1, 33 disposals, 9 marks, worked his ass off all day, created a lot of space, forward and back, was very clean with the ball, had a lot of it, and that's 2 weeks in a row now. I think he's had over 30 disposals and kicked a goal, which is massive for Brad Hill. It's the first time in his St Kilda career that he's managed those stats in consecutive weeks. So Brad Hill, I'm going to give him I really want to give Bradley a 10. Do I give him a 10? I'm going to give Bradley a 10. 33, 1 goal. That was an excellent performance from Brad Hill. Howard, 12 disposals, but he kept Larkey goalless. So to me, that's already an 8 out of 10. Fullback did his job, kept his opponent goalless. That's their job at the end of the day, not to do anything more than that or anything less. Job well done again for Dukes. Jonesy, a bit quieter today, 21 disposals, but quite enthusiastic. I think he's still trying to get up to his best, but he was a bit better last week, and today, I don't know, it just seemed like he kind of went through the motions, but he did lay 10 tackles, which is huge for Zach Jones. So the fact that he didn't get the ball, but he was pressuring is really great. Because of that, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Kingy, 7 disposals. Again, just like last week, 7 disposals. Last week, he kicked 6 goals straight. This week, 3 goals, 1. Took a lot of grabs and created a lot of scoring opportunities at ground level, as he does every week. So that's probably a 7 out of 10 for Kingy as well. Ben Long, 14 disposals and 4 tackles. That's a pretty solid game for Longy. I thought he played a lot better this week than he did last week. A big response for him. Knowing Butler and Higgins are, on the sidelines ready to come back in and play that small forward role. I think it's really important that he keeps that pressure up and he gets more touches. No goals for him this week, but pretty decent game. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. D-Mac, 1 goal, 19 disposals, an amazing goal to kick off the game. Took the player on and ran into 40 and kicked it on his left on the run. Great game, and again, like last week, I think he was a bit down, but he picked up this week and was much better. So I'm going to give D-Mac we'll give him a 6 out of 10 as well. Membry, 2 goals, 14 disposals, 4 marks. That's a very solid game for Skunk. 7 out of 10. Mitch Owens, 2 goals, 14 disposals, 10 marks. Second game for the young fella, and geez, we all love him. When he ran to the bench, the crowd got up and about, and he's a big boy, held his own. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. He was just excellent in that third term, and he laid 10 tackles and kick 2 goals and have 14 touches. That's, he can get the ball, he can chase the ball, he can tackle, and he can kick goals. So he's the complete package, and he's only going to get better. Ben Patton, 15 disposals, The smalls didn't do any damage, really. I thought he was pretty solid, Patto. His disposal still a bit suspect going inside 50. But, 9 marks. He got where the ball needed to be, created a good outlet for our boys, and was solid down back. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Seth Ross, 1 goal, 28. Got going in the second half as he does every week. He seems to grind out the first half and then really use his endurance running in the second half. That's an 8 out of 10 game for me. And Ross is just, he'd be top 4 in the best and fairest right now. He's going very well. Sharman, 1 goal, 7 disposals. That's kind of his game the last 3 weeks. He gets about 8 or 9 touches and kicks a goal. That's, solid, but not amazing. Probably droppable based on that form, but that just shows the competition outside of the team ready to come back in. So that's probably a 6 out of 10 for Sharman. Sinclair, 32 disposals, 10 marks, was everywhere. He was probably best on ground. 10 out of 10 for me. That was a great game from Sinks, and he's in All-Australian form. If he's not in the All-Australian team right now, it's at halfback flank. They got rocks in their heads. Wanganeen Malira, 17 disposals, 9 marks as well, and a tackle. Excellent game from Nasai. Really good field kicking. That one to Kingy was one of the kicks of the season, and that run along the wing, 6 or 7 bounces, took the game on. That was just excellent from him, and our youngsters in Nasai, Winhager and Owens are just going to get better every week. That is just like his number. We'll give him a number 7. Jimmy Webster, quiet, 12 disposals. He's one that, if Highmore picks up his form and continues to dominate at Sandy level, he's one that could really find it hard to keep his position. He's just going at the moment, but again, their forwards didn't really damage us. So as a collective, the backline did well, but individually, 12 disposals. That's probably a 5 I'd give him, a 5 or a 6. So we'll lock in a 5 for him, but that's 2 weeks in a row now where Jimmy's not been completely at his best. Wilkie, 19 disposals, 12 marks. Huge game from the accountant, and he's just clocking it in every week. He just does that same every week, takes care of his opponent. I think it was on Zerha, maybe kept him to a goal or a couple, maybe less. And yeah, Wilkie, probably an 8 out of 10. That was a great performance. Winhager, 1 goal, 10 disposals, 1 tackle. He seems to do, he's only got on the surface 1 goal, 10 touches. It's not really that great, but when you watch the game, you see a lot of the little things he does. He does a lot of off-the-ball pressuring. His disposals are really clean. For 10 disposals, they always hit the target, under pressure or not. I'll give him a 6, but I feel like most people in the comments will probably give him a 7, but I'll give him a 6. And lastly, Mason Wood, a really good, solid 18 disposal game without kicking a goal. Works his ass off on the wing, creates an outlet, and that's complemented by the 8 marks that he took. He's always on the lead. He's got very good endurance, and he uses that to his benefit. And he's a very good link-up player from half-back to half-forward. And usually he's good for a goal. Today, not to be, but very solid game for him. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 as well. So there you have it, Saners. Those are my player ratings. Please comment yours. I'd love to hear your thoughts, whether I was a bit harsh or a bit lenient. And I'll give Brett Ryden give him a solid 8. I thought it was pretty comfortable, but he got the matchups right. He brought in Owens, backed him in, and it paid off by dropping Jack Billings. So solid effort from Rats and the coaches, 8 out of 10. And that's a 53-point win, and we're 8-3. So leave it there, Saners. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment your thoughts, like the video, and subscribe if you're a Saner or not and you enjoy the content. And I'll be back during the week for more content. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.